Hey, and welcome to this episode of the Hustle Report by Profit Duel. Today we're doing a deep dive into, well, a pretty powerful and accessible side hustle. It's something that's really changing the game for generating consistent income that's independent of outcomes. It's known as promo conversion, or maybe more commonly, you'll hear matched betting. So if you're looking to, strategically level up your earnings, maybe without needing a ton of prior experience, think of this as your essential guide. We're going to unpack how this unique strategy actually works. Okay, let's unpack this then, because for a lot of people, I think the term matched betting might sound, well, a bit intimidating, maybe even like risky gambling. So can you break down for us what exactly is this strategy? And more importantly, how does it manage to be genuinely risk-free, especially in an area often associated with, chance?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a common first thought. But at its core, promo conversion or match betting, it's actually a clever financial strategy. It basically leverages the free promotions and bonus offers that online bookmakers use, the things they offer to attract and keep customers. And it's fundamentally different from traditional gambling. You're not speculating on who's going to win. Instead, you're systematically covering all the possible outcomes of, say, a sporting event. You do this through a series of calculated bets. The mechanism is quite neat, actually. You place what's called a back bet with a regular bookmaker that's betting for something to happen, like Team A winning. But then at the same time, you place a lay bet on a betting exchange. That's essentially betting against the exact same thing happening. So betting Team A will not win.
Okay, so you're covering both sides.
Exactly. It effectively neutralizes the risk tied to the sporting event itself. Now, you might make a tiny loss on this first qualifying bet, but that's okay, because that small cost is usually more than covered by the value of the free bet or the bonus the bookmaker then gives you for placing that first bet. And it's these bonus bets, once you unlock them, that you then convert into real withdrawable cash. You use the same back and lay technique. So this careful balancing act ensures that, no matter what happens in the actual game, you secure a profit from that bonus they gave you. It's a really well-established technique, and it truly makes it an outcome-independent way to earn.
Right. That's the crucial difference, isn't it? Because when you hear betting, your mind immediately jumps to risk, the chance of losing money. But what you're describing is more like a system designed to completely bypass that risk. It turns these bookmaker promos into a predictable income stream. So maybe from the bookmaker side, what's the logic? Why do they offer these promotions if people can just use them like this? Aren't they just losing money to matched bettors?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it really gets to why this whole thing works and keeps working. From the bookmaker's perspective, these bonuses are essentially a marketing cost. It's like any business offering a discount or sign-up bonus. They operate on this idea of customer lifetime value, or CLV. They're basically willing to take a small hit up front, the free bet, to get a new customer in the door. They're hoping, that customer will stick around and place regular traditional bets later on, where the bookmaker's built-in edge, the margin, will eventually make them profit.
Ah, okay, so it's a numbers game for them.
Exactly.
They know a certain percentage of people, like match bettors using Profit Duel, will just take the bonus and run, so to speak. But overall, the strategy still works for them. It brings in enough regular gamblers to make it worthwhile. It's a super competitive market out there for bookmakers, so these promotions are a key tool for them to grab new customers and keep existing ones engaged. And this approach, matched betting, it's been incredibly successful as a side hustle. It really took off in Europe over the last, 2 decades, and now we're seeing huge growth in the U.S. too, especially as more states legalize online sports betting. Our own data, from Profit Duel and Market Insights suggests there are well over 500,000 people across the U.S. and Europe actively using strategies like this for consistent monthly profits. It really speaks to how viable it is.
That explanation about the bookies' economics really clears things up. It's not some dodgy loophole. It's kind of part of their business model. Okay, so given that, let's pivot back to the individual, the person listening. This is where it gets really interesting. What are the big wins? What are the major advantages for someone thinking about matched betting as a way to make extra money? Why is it such a game changer?
Well, there are several key benefits that really make matched betting stand out, especially if you've got the right platform guiding you, like Profit Duel. First off, there's the high earning potential. Honestly, it's one of the most profitable side hustles you can get into, especially early on. You can generate pretty substantial income, particularly when you're just starting and hitting all those juicy welcome offers. Our data shows new Profit Duel users often see fantastic returns right out of the gate. Some platforms even let you try for free to see it yourself.
High potential is always good. What else?
Second, The flexibility is huge.
Right.
Unlike a typical job or even a lot of other side gigs, matched betting fits completely around your schedule. You're not locked into specific hours. A lot of our users just weave it into their day, maybe during a lunch break, bit in the evening, waiting for an appointment, weekends.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're in a state where it's allowed, you've got total freedom on when and where you do it. That makes it perfect for, busy professionals, parents, students, anyone trying to make the most of their spare moments.
So it's not this rigid thing you have to commit hours to at set times. It fits into the gaps. That's definitely a big plus for people valuing their time.
Precisely. And then beyond just the profit you make directly from the betting offers, there are also some really good passive income opportunities. Profit Duel, for instance, has a pretty compelling referral program.
Mm-hmm.
Members can earn extra bonus cash. Currently, it's $50 for every new member you refer to Profit Duel.
Okay, $50 is nice.
But it gets better. If you become an affiliate, you also get a 50% share of the revenue from every single subscription payment those people you referred make, month after month.
Wow, 50% recurring.
Yeah. So that can build into a really significant sustainable stream of passive income. It doesn't cost you anything extra, just requires that initial referral. It's a great way to leverage your network and seriously boost your earnings.
That passive stream is definitely a big draw, thinking long-term financial health. And you mentioned earlier, this is key, I think, the no experience needed part. That's huge for someone wanting to jump into something new without facing this massive learning curve or getting bogged down in complicated financial stuff. How does Profit Duel specifically help someone with zero experience get going and actually start earning quickly?
Yeah, that's really where a platform like ours makes all the difference. We totally get that the mechanics behind it, finding the best offers, calculating the exact stakes for the back and lay bets, juggling different bookie accounts, it can seem complex if you're starting from scratch. So that's why reputable platforms like Profit Duel basically do all that heavy lifting for you. We have teams and sophisticated software too, constantly scanning the market, identifying the most profitable promotions out there, and our proprietary calculators. They work out the precise amounts you need to bet the stakes to guarantee you make a profit, no matter how the game ends.
So you don't need to be a math whiz.
Not at all. We essentially give you step-by-step guides for every single offer. It's really just like following instructions. You don't need to know anything about sports. You don't need to understand betting odds deeply. Our job is to demystify it all, streamline it, and make sure you have the tools and support to turn those promos into cash easily and efficiently. It really opens it up to everyone.
That sounds incredibly user-friendly, almost like, yeah, a guided walkthrough. But okay, like any powerful strategy, especially involving money, it's important we look at all sides. It sounds fantastic, but what about the practicalities? Are there potential drawbacks or things people absolutely need to consider before jumping into matched betting?
That's a very fair point, and yeah, absolutely crucial for a proper deep dive. While the upsides are significant, there are definitely practical things to keep in mind. Firstly, although it offers great flexibility, it does require a time investment. It's not passive in the sense that you set it and forget it entirely for the main profit generation. To make consistent extra income, you need to dedicate some time. Now, that could be just a few hours a week for decent gains, maybe more like 10 to 15 hours if you're aiming for really significant profits. It involves actively finding and completing the offers, though, again, our platform massively cuts down the finding part.
Okay, so time is needed. What else?
Secondly, you need that starting pot we touched on. You need some initial capital, because you're essentially moving money between the bookmakers and the betting exchanges to unlock those bonuses. Now, you could theoretically start with maybe as little as $50, but honestly, having around $300, maybe up to $500, is optimal.
Why more?
It just lets you tackle more offers at the same time and move through them quicker, which really boosts your profits, especially in the beginning. The key thing to remember, though, is that this starting money isn't at risk like in gambling. It's just temporarily tied up while you complete the process.
Right, it's working capital, not a bet. Got it.
Exactly. Thirdly, there are the geographical limitations. Right now, online sports betting isn't legal everywhere in the U.S. It's legal and regulated in over 30 states, which is great, and more are coming online. But it does mean that currently not everyone listening might be eligible depending on where they live. We keep Profit Duel users updated on the state-by-state situation, of course.
Okay, state restrictions. Anything else?
Yeah, one more nuanced point. It's the idea of getting gubbed or having your accounts restricted. Bookmakers obviously know about matched betting. It's not illegal, but they prefer customers who gamble traditionally. So if they identify an account that only seems to be taking bonuses and not placing many regular bets, they might restrict that account from future promotions. They gub you.
Ah. So they can stop you getting the freebies.
Yes, essentially. There's
Yeah.
just part of the landscape. But, our strategies and guides at Profit Duel focus on how to manage this. Things like spreading your activity across many different bookmakers and employing techniques that make your account look more like a normal punter. It helps extend the lifespan of your promotional eligibility. It's about playing smart for the long haul.
Those are definitely important realities to factor in. It sounds like it requires a bit of strategic thinking, being adaptable, and Profit Duel helps navigate that.
Okay, let's circle back to the exciting part, the money. Let's talk numbers again. What kind of hourly rate can someone realistically expect once they're up and running, having considered those points? And how exactly does Profit Duel help a total newbie start on day one?
Okay, earnings. Well, our data consistently shows that the average hourly rate for matched betting can realistically fall between $20 and $50 an hour, sometimes even more, depending on the offers available at any given time and how much time you put in. But what's really striking, especially for newcomers, is that initial potential. For Profit Duel premium users who really follow the suggestions, particularly in their first month, they could potentially see an average hourly rate hitting $230, maybe even higher.
Wow, $230 an hour. How?
It's primarily down to the sheer volume and high value of the welcome offers you get when you first sign up with various bookmakers. Those initial sign-up bonuses are typically the most generous ones they offer, so you make a lot quickly at the start. Okay, an average of $230 an hour, even just initially, that's a very attention-grabbing number. Which leads to the obvious question. For someone listening, maybe totally new to this, perhaps a little skeptical about something sounding this good, how simple is it really to get started? Is it genuinely as straightforward as you're making it sound for someone with zero experience?
It honestly is designed to be incredibly simple, particularly for beginners. And that's because we've done the complex parts already to remove those barriers. Look, trying to do matched betting, manually finding offers yourself, comparing odds constantly, calculating the lay stakes on exchanges, yeah, that would be pretty daunting. But with Profit Duel, the whole process is streamlined. Let me break down how someone with absolutely zero experience can get started using our platform. It's basically 5 simple steps. First, you sign up for Profit Duel Premium. And right now, we've got that special offer, just $1 for your first week. Lets you dip your toe in with almost no commitment.
$1, okay.
Second, you immediately follow our clear, step-by-step instructions for your very first welcome offer. You'll quickly see, usually in less than an hour, you can realistically bank over $100. That proves the concept right away.
So you see results fast.
Exactly. Third, you just continue working through our huge library of ongoing offers. We've curated them, tested them, and each one comes with its own simple guide. This ensures you keep earning profits consistently. Fourth step, this one's optional, but highly recommended you can join our affiliate scheme. Like we said, earn $50 for each referral, plus that ongoing 50% revenue share of their subscriptions. Build that passive income.
Right, the affiliate part. So that's 4 steps. Is there a fifth?
Well, the fifth step is basically just keep going. Keep using the platform, following the guides, engaging with the community for tips, and watching your profits grow.
That's a very clear path.
Yeah.
It genuinely sounds like the support and the structure are baked right into the platform. It helps people get going without feeling lost, kind of de-risking the learning process itself.
Precisely. It truly is that straightforward. We provide all the tools, the step-by-step tutorials, the ongoing support through our community forums, too. It's all designed to help you not just start, but consistently take your income up a level. We really aim to make it as easy and efficient as possible for everyone.
This whole deep dive, it really does highlight the power of, well, understanding how to leverage systems and opportunities that maybe seem complex or off limits at first glance. What's really fascinating here is how matched betting kind of redefines what a side hustle can even mean. It's not just trading your time for dollars in the usual way, nor is it about taking big speculative risks. It feels more like strategic financial literacy in action.
Indeed, that's a great way to put it. Matched betting empowers people to look at these bookmaker promotions, which are usually seen as part of the gambling world, and completely flip them, transform them into a consistent, controlled way to make money. It's a perfect example of financial arbitrage, really. You're leveraging a market inefficiency, or in this case, the bookie's marketing budgets, for your own financial gain. It really boils down to understanding how to apply knowledge strategically. And when you do that, you unlock significant earning potential. It's a genuinely valuable path for anyone looking to boost their income in a smart, calculated, and importantly predictable way. It shifts your thinking from maybe I'll win to here's how I guarantee profit.
So, what does this all mean for you listening? Maybe consider how this approach, Sophisticated yet accessible, takes something that looks like a gamble on the surface and actually turns it into a calculated method for consistent profit. It really can be an aha moment, can it? Especially for anyone looking to optimize their time, optimize their money, and find genuinely outcome-independent ways to grow their income. It's about being proactive, taking control, one smart, calculated move at a time. That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.